Hey, you guys. Okay, little unconventional office today, which is the perk of a huge perk of this business and just being able to work from wherever you want. So I am on my in-laws' back deck. It is so beautiful outside. Crickets are going, birds are chirping. I've got a glass of wine, and I'm feeling so good. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm just going to dive right in. So I'm not going to take up a lot of your time because I know that you guys are busy. You're brand new diving into the business. So first of all, congratulations. Like, seriously, so glad that you've decided to take this business and run with it. Because honestly, like, you can turn this into anything that you want it to be. So the first question that I want to ask you, and that I want you to actually close your eyes and visualize, is what does your best life, your perfect life look like? Not what do you feel like, because usually when we get asked that question, if we get asked that question at all, we think what feels achievable, or what does my best life look like with the tools that I have right now. But I want you to pretend that there are no boundaries. Like, I want you to really close your eyes and think, what would my life look like? What would my days look like? Where would I be working? How often would I be traveling? What does my family dynamic, like, what do those look like? Is my spouse still working? Are they home more? Do we have more time with the kids? Are we growing a family? What does that look like? And feel free to get specific. I mean, you might not have your dream life laid out like that, because maybe it's the first time you've ever been thinking about it, but that is the start to visualization, okay? Not being afraid to ask for what you want, and not being afraid to, like, get specific when it comes to that too, because what you see, you can seriously make happen. But we just kind of get in our own way with, well, it's not necessarily achievable with what I have right now, so it doesn't feel like it's possible. So recognize when you get into that trap, because it might come up a lot in coaching. But right off the bat, I want you to visualize what your life looks like. Top notch, best of the best. What does your dream life look like every day? Okay? So if you're watching the recording, pause it, take a second, write it down, and, like, really feel it. Really wake up in your dream life. And how does it feel to wake up without the stress of debt, without wondering how you're going to pay for groceries next week, without, sharing a car because you can only afford one car right now? Like, little things like that. How does it feel to not have those stressors anymore? Really give some time to that, okay? Next, I'll tell you, like, the next steps as far as you've signed up, okay, you've enrolled as a coach. What happens now? First of all, you should have your new coach checklist from your coach. If you have not gotten it yet, definitely reach out to your coach, because that is going to help you set up a lot of the basics for your business, like important phone numbers that you might need, important links to resources that you're probably going to use a lot, especially as you're still learning, and just super important stuff. So go ahead and get that new coach checklist from your coach. And then after you've submitted that, it does not take long, but it's super helpful to, like, help your coach understand where you're starting from and what your strengths and weaknesses are. After that, then you will get plugged into the New Coach University. Right now, you can find that in the Team Inspiration page. They're in units on the page. So you'll just go to the Team Inspiration Facebook page and click on the units, and you can go through all the training. You can bust it out, like, in a couple of days. You can take your time with it over, like, a week or two and really soak it all up. But you guys, your first step has already started. You have to be on your own journey, okay? Bottom line, end of the day, as a coach, you're always on your own journey. That does not mean, however, that you have to be all of a sudden this perfect, ideal image of what a coach looks like, okay? Or what you feel like a coach should be. Really just be on your own journey in every sense. So if you have an off day, own it. If you have an amazing day, own it. But share the journey and share about your struggles, share about your highs and your lows. Be willing to get vulnerable and do the scary, hard stuff, you guys, because while right now there's probably a lot of stuff that you're like, I could never talk about that. You have to be willing to like shift your mindset and say, it's scary to me, but because I'm sharing my struggles, there's somebody out there that this helps, okay? So just by shifting your mindset away from your fears and what your fears are doing to you, start getting into the giving mentality of serving others, and your strengths and weaknesses can help other people. Because think about it, you guys, like when we see a post on Facebook or on Instagram or something, and it's somebody that just like shares their real life, the highs and the lows, we feel so attracted to them because it's so refreshing, right? It's so like cut through the noise of these like perfect images and this perfect life and this 100% always positivity. You know, when we see somebody that shares the same struggles that we do, we're like, sister, I see you. I go through the same things. I'm so glad that I'm not alone. We have that connection, right? That is where the trust happens with this business. Because think about it, like we're in the business of helping people change their lives and their health and fitness. That is not something to be taken lightly, and that's not something that other people take lightly. So when you're asking somebody to join you on their journey, on your journey, you're asking them, are they willing to get uncomfortable? And a lot of people are not willing to get uncomfortable in that moment, right? So they might take a lot of following up, and they might take a lot of seeing you on your journey for them to believe that they even have what it takes. So flip your mind into that long-term mindset, because if I'm telling you right now, if you start coaching and like 3 months into this, you're still like kind of building your momentum and you're still struggling and you're like, I can't do this, I'm done. You're never going to give yourself the chance to like truly reap the benefits of this, because there are so many people, you guys, that they want to join you, but they just have their own self-doubts, and it's nothing about you, you know? So maybe you've been in this business a while and you're like just getting back on track. Commit to being here in a year. Be here in a year. Make that like your hashtag or whatever you need. Like make that your motto. Just be here in a year, because other people need to see you on your journey for them to even think that it's possible, because you're building your own credibility and you're building that trust every single day that you show up. And every single day that you don't show up, you're just affirming their belief that, oh man, turns out she can't do that. Maybe I can't either. So get out of your own head. Really, really try to get intentional with that, because that is seriously going to be the thing that serves you the most, is having that long-term mindset and realizing like when you invite somebody, some people might be like super ready to go right off the bat. Other people might take, time, because when you ask them in that moment, they might not be willing to get uncomfortable. Okay. So if you stay consistent and stay on your own journey, and you'll learn all of this in the coach training, in the New Coach University. Okay. So don't feel like you need to learn everything and be an expert in coaching in order to start. Because that you're going to be learning every single day. So just commit to learning every day and commit to growing every day, and you will be so blown away. Like there are coaches that have been coaching for like 2 or 3 months, and from day one, they know so much more than they did on day one. And that's just the nature of the beast. When you are willing to consistently grow and learn, and you flip your mindset to, I gotta know, so I must not be good at this. How about I gotta know, so they must not be ready yet. I need to keep showing up and showing them that they can do this, okay? So just make that commitment right now to be consistent in your own journey, because there will be people that a year from now will finally join you. But if you quit, you're quitting on all those other people too. So I just want to plant that seed of creating that long-term mindset, because it will seriously change your entire business, okay? And treat this business like a business, you guys. This is not something that, like I started when I was working full time. Okay. So there are coaches that, worked even more than I did, and they have kids. They had kids when they started. I didn't have my son when I first started. So it was just my working and being a wife and being a dog mom. But I was able to leave my full-time job to stay home when I got pregnant and build my business then, and now I stay home with my son. So it is just, you get out what you put in, but that also means like your daily activities, which are so simple. You guys, this business is so simple, but it's when we get into our own way and we get in our own heads and we let those, rejections, because they will happen. This business is built on no's. All right. Because again, when you invite somebody, you are really asking, hey, are you willing to get vulnerable and uncomfortable and do this with me? They're going to be like, I don't know. Maybe. What does it entail? And then you say, well, this is the cost of it. And then they're like, whoa, I have to get uncomfortable and I have to pay that? I don't think so. You just have to expect that. But just every invite is just a seed planted, because you're going to be like, hey, girl, you should do this with me. But it's cool if you don't right now, because I'm still going to be here. So I'm going to be here when you're ready, but I'm going to keep showing up anyways to show you what's possible. Okay? That will change everything. And just get as structured as you can with your business. Get organized. That was one of my weaknesses when I first started, and I've had to learn how to get organized in a way that works for me, because what works for so-and-so who's a successful coach might not work for you. So take this business, take ownership of it. You are a business owner now, you guys. That means that you have to take responsibility for your time, being intentional. That means making sacrifices. You're not going to make $1 million overnight. This business is built on that trust and those relationships. And your journey with somebody really starts when they purchase, not when you first connect with them. It's when they say, okay, I'm in, help me. Then that's when your relationship really takes off. And that's when you really have the opportunity to help them seriously change their life. So that being said, your next steps from here are to go through, finish that new coach checklist, and then go through the new coach university, tag your coach in the post so that they know, what you're getting done. Ask questions. Don't feel like you're overwhelming your coach or being a burden when you're asking questions. Please ask your questions. That is what we are here for as your team. We are all here to help each other, because we cannot impact and make this huge ripple effect as individuals. We have to work together, okay? That's why growing your team and hitting the ground running and really getting people on board to help you help more people, it's not icky or weird when you invite somebody, you guys. It is seriously giving them this incredible opportunity and this gift of changing their own lives, but helping other people change theirs, and that's priceless. Okay, so after you finish New Coach University, so this is where it becomes kind of up to you as a business owner. You can either wait until you finish all the New Coach University posts, which I don't recommend taking longer than 14 days, because the longer you wait, the more you're going to let yourself think about it, and that fear is going to creep in, and you're just going to be like, nope, can't do it. When in the back of your mind, you're like, dang it, I really want to do this. I just don't think I can. We are here to help you overcome those limiting beliefs, okay? Every freaking day. Your mind is just like a muscle, and this business is so much like overcoming your limiting beliefs, all right? So I am so pumped for you guys. After you finish New Coach University or before, I highly recommend day one of your journey, start sharing about it, because that's where your credibility comes in. Don't wait until you have a transformation, because people need to see you in those trenches, not here's my before, here's my after, now do you want to join me? They didn't see any part of that process, all right? So they don't know what that looks like, so they don't know how to apply what you've shared to their own life to even believe that it's possible. So every time you share, every time you post about your journey and your story and your life and how this fits into it, other people are reading that, and honestly, they don't give two craps about what you're saying about your life. They're taking what you're saying and relating it to their own life and trying to picture themselves in your shoes. So give them that opportunity and truly, truly, truly help them see the value of this business and of this, what we offer in our groups and everything. So I am so excited for you guys. Oh my gosh, this is seriously just the beginning of an entirely new world. So finish your new coach university. I said this for the third time. Finish your new coach university and then check with your coach, then see what your next steps are. But really, it's just game on from there, because you learn by doing, and you might have a ton of questions as you go, but that's normal. If you're feeling overwhelmed, that's normal. You're not going to go into a new job at a restaurant and all of a sudden know everything. You're not going to go into a new accounting job or a sales job or whatever and know everything right off the bat. Like, there would be no point to even like learning anything. You are in a new role, okay? It's going to feel overwhelming. It's going to feel like, holy crap, how do I make this happen? Visualize where you're going with this, and the rest will follow, okay? You have to know why you're doing this. If you're just saying, I'm in here to lose 5 pounds, that has no ties to helping anybody else, so you're not going to want to do your invites. That has no ties to your family, so you're not going to want to make the sacrifices of setting big goals and changing your income. Do you know what I mean? Really find out why you're doing this. Talk to your family about it. What does your family want? Not just you. Make it a family thing. This business will give you guys exactly what you want, okay? You just have to know where you're going with it. All right, guys. I will let you go, but please, please, please just commit to being here in a year, okay? Everything else will follow if you just change your mindset to the long haul. All right. Thanks for hopping on, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations. Yay.